Ash Dykes, welcome to the programme. Thanks for coming on.
It's good to be here.
I know. I mean, that trek that you're set to do now, the expedition now. I mean, what was it that gave you the inspiration to do Madagascar?
It was actually a trek in Mongolia that I did that you mentioned, and I came across a few local Gurs along the way. This is nomads who travel around Mongolia, moving with their tents, and I was thinking it'd be nice to integrate with more locals, because I only saw there every once a week, every 2 weeks. So I thought it'd be nice to be based in a country where I'm constantly seeing locals, so I can really get to know them and see the way they live and learn their culture as well.
Wow. But why? Tell us a bit about your background, because me, I find it difficult trekking up the stairs some nights. Why trekking, and what's the love and feel of it?
It was actually when I left when I was 19, I went over to China. I found that I was pretty much on the beaten track, I had the same photos, experiences and stories as all the rest of travellers. So I was looking to do something different, so my first away-from-home adventure actually saw me cycle over 1,000 miles on a bicycle that had, no gears, no suspension. And after that, I was just hooked on adventures, so I was learning how to survive with a Burmese hill tribe, trekked parts of Australia, the Himalayas, and then worked as a scuba diving instructor in Thailand before I started to feel a little bit settled, and then went on to do Mongolia.
And I mean, we can see some of what's in store for you when you do the Madagascar 8 mountains in however many days. How many days is it?
It's going to roughly take about 4.5 months, we say, yeah.
So a lot of training involved for yourself for that as well, true?
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen some of your clips, how you train to get in shape for this. Has it been a big effort on your part? Yeah,
it's really intense. It's 3 hours every day. Not much rest in between, and it's just constant, mainly in my back garden, flipping the tractor tyre, beating it with a sledgehammer. I still keep up my Muay Thai, so it's the strength that I need to take on this challenge, really, to keep my body going through the hard times.
Over the past few years, you kind of see these survival stuff on telly with people like Bear Grylls, and I always wonder, is there a big team? Do you have a lot of people going with you, or is it just you?
It's just me. In Mongolia, it was completely solo and unsupported. And because of this, I had to pull a trailer behind me which weighed 18 stone, 120 kilograms, and that had everything I needed to survive, from ration packs, water, clothing, equipment, sleeping gear. It actually did have an old school basic satellite phone, text only, in which I could, if I did get into trouble, message my logistics manager based in the city, but I'd need to allow at least 3 days for him to get to me. So if it was a snake bite, for example, I'm sure that'd be too late.
And, like you say, snake bites in Mongolia, that was one thing you had to deal with, but this trip as well has got its dangers associated with it and also its difficulties, doesn't it?
That's it, it has. And 1 month into my trek, that's when the crocodiles wake up from 7 months in hibernation, and I have hundreds of river crossings. So that's a big worry, of course.
You sound like you're looking forward to meeting them. It's the kind of, the fear factor. Is that part of the thrill, would you say?
That is part of the thrill, yeah. I think I need that fear factor in order to prepare for it beforehand, because if I have no fear and go out there, then it would be a pretty reckless risk.
And you're also looking at doing some work with the lemurs out in Madagascar, aren't you? So you're working with some of the lemur conservation trusts.
That's it. The Lemur Conservation Network I've partnered up with, so I'm going to be spreading awareness along the way, because there's a lot of deforestation happening there right now, especially with the locals. They're trying to clear some forests so that they can lay out their paddy fields and make an income. And this is spreading, which obviously puts lemurs and other wild and unique wildlife at risk, and there's talks that in 25-30 years special lemurs could be extinct, which is a huge shame. So I'm hoping to meet up with conservationists along the way and get the story of the people working out there to really fight back and help it move on.
Yeah, it's really interesting you're saying that, because of course we saw what happened with the lion, didn't we? And that raised a big, a kerfuffle all over the world. So it's good that you're going to do stuff with conservationists.
Yeah.
When are you setting off then, lastly, before we go?
3rd of September I set off, but I'll be keeping live video updates through YouTube, ashdykes.com, and Facebook and Twitter, which is Ash_Dykes, so everyone can follow if they choose to.
Brilliant stuff, Ash. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing and hearing how it all goes. Best of luck to you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.